Hello everyone, welcome back to Shapez 2. We had just solved, I think, the design problem of building a 4-belt swapper platform, but hadn't actually finished laying it all out. And I had one thought while I was in between episodes, which is it possible that I want just a single output from this, where it's like both of them joined with one on lower and one on upper? Because I'm already doing that here, but I could incorporate that into the platform that will eventually become a blueprint if I just like output to here but on the upper row instead of over here on the lower row. I think I probably don't. It's fine to just slap these things in if I end up wanting to combine them. And I could even make a blueprint that's like all of this combined if I wanted. But I think for the prototypical generic use case, I want 2 lanes in on the ground and 2 lanes out on the ground. That's my thinking. I don't have like a strong justification for it. It just seems nice. Yeah, this is full belts. Perfect. Okay, so I need now to route the upper belt through here, right? The upper level. So I think the first step is going up here and making this launcher, right? Then I can comfortably copy like this much-ish and paste it. Not quite that much, I guess. Let's just start at this. Just here. Paste it on the upper level, please. It doesn't want to be pasted. First, do I go down a level and... Is this right? No. This is what I want. Yeah. So I can then connect this up with a thing that goes here. Yeah? Send this out. And this also out. And it looks like the right shapes are getting out here. The right shapes are getting out here. And this side is still humming along as well. Beautiful. Yeah, there's definitely enough space for 4 of these. It's not, like, necessarily the most beautiful thing ever. Hey, we did this. Now I just have to slap a circle on top of that? No problem. But for another time. I want to focus on this for now. Because I have again, this is like the meat of what I want. And I think it wants to be here. Well, it could be a little bit further left, actually. There should work. Because I can just route this down and hop this one over, yeah? Like so. And there's not a ton of excess space, but there's enough. Well, it gets a little messy in here, doesn't it? I think these upper levels should change a little bit, because I end up needing this row here, right? And I already have something using that space and something using this space. Can you do like underground weaving like you can in Factorio? Can you do that here? I don't think it's a great idea, but like just out of curiosity, you should be able to do this, right? If you really wanted to, you could weave 2 belts in like this, right? Where like, for some reason, if you needed to make things narrower for a moment, if you had, let's say I had 2 belts coming in like this, and I couldn't use this space here, I had to squeeze them into just one lane. You could do that by having them share the airspace here, and then you know, get them back out into 2 lanes afterward. That could be a way to solve this problem, but it's needlessly complicated. What I really ought to do is just take this and move it. What are you doing? Like here, right? And then erase this part. Then I can fit another lane in here and it's fine. And there should be just enough space on the right to do everything else I need to do. Yeah, fitting 4 of these. I have a ton of unused space, but I also can't figure out how to use it because the belts take up too much space. So, all right, give me this, please. Copy. And it goes down to the lower level, but that's a trick, right? Or no? I see, because what I'm pasting includes some lower level stuff, the connecting belts. Okay, it's just really hard to line it up. This is... It wants to be there, I think? Like, I don't understand why this is so hard. This is what I want. Ah, aha. The problem is this is using up some space that I'm using in this design, right? Yeah, because this was... This was going like this, and I'm now using that space. So I need this to be one further to the right, which is totally fine, I think. No, I'm using this space too. Okay, so let's actually cut this stuff out for the moment. Paste in the important part of the layout, which is this, and then figure out where I can hop over it. Because I should be able to somewhere, surely. Even if what I have to do is... This doesn't help you, idiot. You're still using all the same spots. Okay. Alright, I'll just come all the way over the top. It's fine. We're not using this space very much. I guess I need another here, right? So that I can get the third lane in. I mean, really, I guess, no, that's stupid. These lanes are interchangeable, they're fungible. I'll just send the second lane into this third one of these and it's gonna be fine. And I'll send this third downstairs. Still haven't got the keycord shortcuts right. Send the third lane into what was the second thing I built, and it's just gonna be fine. I gotta say, I'm starting to get a little nervous about fitting the last one of these in. The fourth lane here, like, it should be able to work, but I'm still gonna have to fit... Jeez, where's the last lane of things? It's this. I'm gonna have to get this in there, and I think I can do that by coming around this way. It should be okay. Let's see. Is this working at all? Why no outputs? Because this is blocked. What is this? It's one of the inputs, right? No, it's the... Well, it is, but it's not the input to one of the pieces of the factory that's actually running. Okay, the problem is this isn't going anywhere. Got it. No problem. I'll just fix that. And now this factory is hopping again. And we're up to 3 lanes. And there's some juddering and starting and stopping as the buffer clears out. But we're producing a full lane of output, and you can only do that long term by consuming a full lane of input. So eventually, once the buffer works through, yeah, now we're consuming a full lane. Whatever was buffered has been used up or something like that. Okay. So, the last... I mean, I guess I should just copy both lanes here, basically. But I may as well... do I want... I really don't understand rotations. What dimension does F flip in? I don't know. Do I want this? So that everything's as far to the right as possible? Probably. Let's do that. Obviously, these inputs are not exactly right, but they're easy to fix-ish. Yeah, no problem. So take this and immediately just run it to the upper level, right? And then down here, we have our lower level thingy, which can just run in there, right? And we're done? Well, I gotta run this to the output first, of course. I know. Right? I think we did it. And there's just like weird shaped pizzas flying through the air all over the place here. I only had to do, what, 2 level 2 jumpers and 1, 2... Well, lots of level 1 jumpers, because that was integrated into this whole tiling thing. Yeah, very nice. And this absolutely is going to pay dividends in terms of throughput, because, well, I guess the other thing, you'd clearly just want a thing like this to exist. All right, let's save this before something bad happens to it. Save as a 4-belt swapper. Where might you find the diagram for swapping? Here's cutting. Here's painting. I want this, but different. It's gotta be here. That's rotating. I mean, it's a cutting operation. Shouldn't it be in this neighborhood? Wait, this is... Well, these are rotating and this is rotating. What's the difference between these two? They look the same. And this is also cutting. These are like... This is the concept of cutting and this is a cutting machine or something? I don't understand. I wish I had search. So this is a What do you mean electricity? A half destroyer with electricity? Oh, this is gonna be this whole thing about, oh, it's signal, like a signal-driven half destroyer is what this is supposed to mean or something? Well, okay. We'll say it's this, even though it isn't. Because rotating looks more accurate than half destroying, and really it doesn't matter. Because I don't look at these. For 2x, 4-belt, swapper. Save. So now I think I can make this shape very easily. That was the reason that I started to build this. This just wants a circle on top of it? Okay. Let's do that real quick while we're here, I guess. This. Then a stacker. Like so. And that, yeah, that ought to just do it. Okay. Now, where are my blue stars? They're here, yes? In 4 lanes? 8 lanes. So what I need to do from this is split it back into the 2 lanes. No, wait, I don't need the blue stars. I'm doing this first. I have green squares here and regular squares here, and I started on this, but then I moved house and did it somewhere else for whatever reason. So let's get a 2x 4-belt swapper. Here. Where nobody really wants the rest of this stuff. So it goes like that. And what do we get out? We get these. Left green and right green. And I want to rotate one of them and then run the swapper again, right? I don't think I have a quarter pi or a half pi rotator. They're very, I mean, I have one lying around somewhere, but I never made it a blueprint. Where even would it be? Here. Yeah, so, but this does too much stuff. This cuts it in half and rotates. I don't want that. And this is a stacker. Yeah. All right, well, forget that. I'll just build one from scratch. They're simple enough. Platform here, which rotates 90 degrees in any direction. It really does not matter. Oops, too close. There we go. Oh my god. One of these days, I'll realize that I should just buy a new mouse instead of complaining all the time, but for now I'm getting so much mileage out of all the complaining that I would be giving up my own fun. Like that. There we go. Grab another one of these. No? There. So does this make what I want? No. Okay, hang on. I thought that was supposed to work. Do I want to do a 180 rotate? Does that make sense? What would I have if I did that? So right now what I have is this shape. If I just had bottom, and what do I have here? I have right. Did I complete something? Oh, this. Yeah, that's right. I did just do that. And then it wants that whole thing on top of a square, which is simple enough. Ah! I right-clicked in there. Get out of there. Go back in. This is why, remember, I called my first video, like, not for the geometrically challenged. I'm not great at shapes. They are not my strong suit. So if you took this, I have right square, and I have left square. And then I do some rotations. But I start with right square and left square. I want... I don't want top square and bottom square, or top green and bottom green, because then an exchanger wouldn't do anything. And with left and right, it does too much. So don't I want, like, bottom and right or something like that? But that's what I have, and it's not working. Right, because now after this rotation, I have, like, top square and right square. It must be possible to do this with exchanges, right? I shouldn't have to actually cut it open, I wouldn't think. Do I have to do another swap after I get to a 3-in-1? That seems insane. What? Okay, here's a question. Given this shape and my goal shape, what would I need to exchange with it to get... Like, what would I need to exchange with this to get my goal shape? The answer is, it's impossible. Isn't it? Because the two shapes I would get would have the left half of this and the right half of this. No matter what's on the other side, I know I'm going to have one side be fully gray on the left. Like, the resulting shape would be fully gray on the left and fully green on the right if I swapped it with this. So I would need to rotate this, wouldn't I? And the same argument applies over here. If I took this shape and exchanged it with anything, it would necessarily come out wrong. So I have to rotate it by 90 degrees to get it into this kind of orientation where splitting vertically down the middle could be right. And I think if I just rotate the other one in the opposite direction, then I get what I want, right? Take top green and bottom green and exchange their left and right halves. Then you end up with, let's say this is the shape that's on the left. This is going to be the left half, because we're peeling it up, and then the right half would be bottom green, which makes sense, yes. Okay, so I need just to... Great. I finally understand shapes. I've unlocked a new level of brain. So these are wrong. They need to be rotating the other direction. To become left... Wait, what? Something went wrong here. How are they coming out? Left green. They were left green on the way in. How are they still left green? No, they're right. These are 180 rotators. Oh my god. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, clear this again. Now we have top green on both, so it was actually, oh my god. It's supposed to be like that. Top green, bottom green. Now nothing is actually happening because there's a backup here because I've deleted these so often. So just do that and we'll be back in business. And then if I grab this, copy, put it here, now we get the checkerboards. The checkerboards are in town. Does anyone... why am I still making this garbage? Does anyone want this stuff? Like, I've graduated. This shape is no longer in demand at all. Nor anything derived from it, so I should just delete this. And make more use of these shapes where they're actually desired up here. And that leaves me space for input. Here, I suppose. Let's go grab another one of those bendy lifter-upper thingies. Where are they? Here. It seems like this might very well be interesting enough to make a blueprint of, but I haven't yet. That's completely the wrong direction. So, like that. There we go. 1 trillion checkerboard squares, delivered just the way you like them. And then the next step here is going to be just putting those under the things I've already made 1 trillion of. And then we'll get trains! Won't that be exciting? Alright, we're up to... well, not all 4 lanes are even delivering yet, but we're getting close. This lane's not full, but it will be, right? That's just startup problems? It does look like there's occasional gaps here. What's that all about? Nah, it fills in eventually. Now it's looking good. So that's just the one where it takes the longest to get from here to here and then back. Sure. Oh man, a mountain of green checkerboards. And I'm sure later in the game we'll say, oh, just 8 lanes at level 3 upgrades? You thought that was a mountain? Wait until you put a whole train in there. You know, whatever. But at the moment, this is our largest... well, we've made deliveries of this size before, but it's nice to have, like, finally figured out how to use these dang swappers to deliver this. So let's maybe go finish this one off while we can. It's coming in from... no, not there, not there. Here? Apparently not. Did I delete it? Oh, I did. I said nobody was ever... no, wait, what? Why are these stuck? Why can't they go onto their belt? It looks fine. Huh? Go. It's not waiting for any other input. Help? I mean, there can't be a backup over here, or like if there were, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, so this lane is fully blocked up. Oh! I maybe get it. I think... yeah. The problem is... well, yeah. I doubled up my production of these guys. I'm running them along the top and bottom lane, but remember, consumption is balanced. This requires consumption in order to produce. And these are running along the top lane, but not being consumed. And these are running along the bottom lane and have been consumed, so there's no space to make more. Because this lane, the output, the other output is too full. I forgot that when I doubled these up, I needed to consume them as well. I mean, I just don't need as many as I have, honestly. But that said, like, I have 2 belts worth of delivery. It would be nice, wouldn't it? So maybe what I'll do is I need like a tap, something that will tap off the top lane, but let the bottom lane continue. So let's just build that tiny little platform, shall we? Where we do this. And then we also, the top lane comes out the other direction. And honestly, I could just trash this. Oh, let's take it out as a new bottom lane, though, shall we? So this is like a demultiplexer, kind of. Oh, we're about to finish our checkered squares. Ding dong. And we just have this new goal to deliver a lot of those. And that really should be my highest priority, right? Yes. But I kind of want to fix this mess. The thing is, like, I just don't need that much throughput of this, so I'm just going to throw this in the garbage. So that this belt can continue to produce stuff. And I think this is what it needed, right? Yeah, look, we're starting to see like 2 lanes of stuff coming down again. A little bit. Although that is what I needed, right? Yeah, look, it's producing more stuff now all of a sudden. Not a ton. It's going to take a while for it. I've relieved the pressure down here. It's going to take a while for the relieved pressure to work its way all the way back up here. But you can see now, like, yeah, both lanes are going. And it'll just take a while to see the results down here. And I wanted to attach another square onto that. So I think I need to make another slight change, actually, which is this. To put the miner over here. So that there's room to... Well, it still doesn't fit, annoyingly. I mean, I can do this so that it all runs through the system, I guess. Why did this stop again? I thought I had this going. I mean, I think it's still taking a while to work. Like, we're still just getting the top lane. We haven't gotten to the point in the process where, yeah, here we're getting both lanes again. Okay. I need like a stacker that... Like, I want a stacker here, but it has to be one where the part that goes straight is the part that you add on top, right? I need... Oh, not true. I could take this, put a square under it, then put a circle on top of it, and that way this is kind of... I don't have to change any of this. I know, it would be more efficient to work on this first, but this is the problem that I first realized I had. So... Squares, huh? They're over here. I'm mining most of them. But I can squeeze together a couple-ish. I mean, not easily. Oh man, I have way too much throughput of this stuff. I just don't even need the second lane at all. But I guess it's either throw in the trash here or throw in the trash up there. Well, I guess I should disconnect this, because I'm going to need to send all these down here anyway, right? And then these squares become fair game again. Although I don't feel like I should really be super dependent on these squares. The stuff that's right around the hub. Because this is hotly demanded real estate for belts. And yet, it's... like my easiest access to basic shapes. So I find myself constantly wanting to rejigger it and being annoyed that I want to do that. So these are supposed to connect with this here, which is fine. Let me grab a stacker like this. Right? So now we're putting a square under this shape. One of these days I'll fix that in the blueprint. And, oh god, now we're going to have the same problem because the top belt of this is not being used anymore. So, okay, I'm just going to go throw away this top belt. I don't need it. There. Efficiency ruined, but it sure is simplifying my life a lot. Now I don't really need any of this anymore either. I can just do that. Now, can I say... There's like a select connected. But maybe that's only for little factory parts. I don't know. So is this what I want? It says nobody wants this. Or no, it says you just delivered something nobody wanted. But the thing you're about to deliver is gold, Jerry. It's solid gold. I mean, it's not telling me that, like, there's no check mark on this, but this is the shape I want, right? Yes, good. And 4 belts of it should be plenty for just 1,800. Okay. Now to build this. Should be easy, right? It's just stacking. I've got the parts here. I'm going to have to split them into 2 separate stacker arrays. And what goes on the bottom? The square, of course. Let's delete that. Although, I mean, I'm gonna want it. It's gonna deliver something different. So the trick is we have to do it on the upper and the lower belt, right? We have to separate off the 2 lanes here. So, oh, I used to have something that did that right here, and then I threw it away to split top and bottom space belt into a single platform thing. So let's just build that again, I guess. Hey, go all the way, please. Where the bottom belt goes straight, and the upper belt goes left, I guess? It's sort of an arbitrary choice, I think. But as a new lower belt. There. And I'm going to want one of those for this, too, because this is also carrying 8 lanes. Let's just grab this. Paste here. Now. Would I say that this is a layout that I want? I'm a little worried about that. Let's see. Let's take... I don't want to do... No. Even if I unplugged this, doing this is just goofy. Yeah. I don't think I could easily get under here anyway. So, I have these 2 lanes. And I have these 2 lanes. And this is just going to go straight, I think. What did I accomplish? Oh, this, yes. So I could finally throw all this out now. I guess for symmetry, let's put the 2 stackers here. This is... Oh, keep in mind, actually, it's sort of important how I do this. This is going to be a lasting part of the factory, right? Because it's a milestone part. So I want to make sure that this doesn't get in the way of stuff that's happening. Yeah, I should do this further away. I should not do it right here. Really, I guess, I should have, like, an area... Oh, I have operator levels too? Sure. Are these are still the same. It's still 50 and 2, I think. Well, it is, and that's what it was before, I'm pretty sure. But I should have, like, space somewhere to run in 8 lines of space belts for the 8 operator level things I'm going to do eventually. Doesn't that mean I'm gonna run out of space at the vortex? Maybe there's some way trains alleviate that issue. Tell you what, I'll think big a little bit more when I know how trains work. Let's think small for a moment. But let's not make things unduly painful. Let's at least do the work a little bit further away from the vortex. Like, let's take all this blue stuff and delete it. And, oh, all this can finally go. It's no longer useful for anything. So my life just got so much simpler. Don't think you get to stay. So now I can run blues out here and assemble them near the green checkered squares. Hold shift to place anyway. Like, fuck you. Why can't... I just want to replace a belt, man. Why? It's not insane that they don't let you place anyway. What's insane is they tell you you can, but actually you can't. Oh, map markers. I just noticed that. Jump, press N to go back. That's nice. So you could, like, so you look at home. Oh, change my mind. Go back to where I was working. Cool. And let's take this. I mean, it's kind of stupid. I'm joining them just for a second here. It would maybe make more sense to never do that, since we're actually constructing right here. Okay, great. So... I have this. And I guess what I want is a stacker here, oriented just like that, yes. Where I do this. And then we do this so that the other lane of blues can come in like this. Grab another stacker. Actually, this could be a little closer in, I guess. And then we just combine these into a single lane with, like, the opposite of this device. One which recently I had sitting here, but then in a fit of pique I deleted. So let's make another. Yeah, this is all the right stuff. Okay, so you carry on. guys do that. And over here. Great. Now I believe we have 8 belts of this stuff coming, which our belt throughput is 120? Yeah, 120 times 8, so I mean about 1,000 per minute. So it should be 15 minutes for this to finish up. Oh, look at this, it's so beautiful. They're just poured all over the page. I know it's not a page. And these are still delivering a bit more slowly. Actually, out of curiosity, here, this operator stuff. I was wondering, like, do you, like, I don't know. The higher level, like, this shape, I assume when I get this as an operator task, it's going to ask for more than 8,000 of it from me, right, up here. So, like, does the amount you have to deliver scale to, like, the amount you have to do for operator levels? I don't know. Any upgrades I want to make? I don't think so. I don't know why you would even need a fluid tank. I mean, I'm sure there's maybe a reason someday. This is like free throughput upgrades, which is nice. Not free. Obviously, it's very expensive. It's going to cost me 72 science to get, you know, a 25% throughput increase. But it's something that just, like, you don't have to make any changes to how you build. You just spend some science. Well, I think this is another good time to end the episode. I have solved a couple of engineering problems, and I have an avalanche of goods. This one's still not full. I think all of them are not quite full. There's some misbalancing somewhere. I don't know. The top row looks pretty good. Maybe no, we're still getting little gaps. I don't know what that's about. It's not here, obviously. I think it's related to the stampers somehow, or stackers is what they're called. Like, this is the well, I don't know, it could be anything. It could be this. Yeah, well, but you can't even really tell because, yeah, there's clearly big gaps here, but why? They're getting less than a full lane of input, it looks like, from here. Which is coming from here. Okay, sure. And it looks like the consumption rates are just wrong somehow. Like, I don't know. If I just flushed all of this, would it catch up? Because that's the thing you run into when you... This looks good. It's outputting full speed ahead. But when you use these things with byproducts, which here, they're not even byproducts. We want both halves, of course. I said I was going to the end of the episode, but now I'm like, I'm on a goose chase. Any backups can have weird effects. And here, like, there's a really big distance between where one half of this is used and the other half, right? Like, for this little factory, which seems to be the one that's suffering, its lower level output, its left output, let's say, just very quickly goes from the factory to here and is then used immediately over here. Where we again sort of have the same issue. But its upper level output, its right output, has to go like a mile over here and then come a mile back to feed into itself. So it's actually causing its own delay in a weird way. Is there something I could do about that? Like, obviously one answer would be to use different... Like, don't have the left input's first line also use the right input's first line. But that's only wrong because of how it's plugged in the next step, right? So some other choice could be wrong for a different way of what we do with the output. I'm a little surprised the right side factory doesn't have the same issue, though. Where, like... the output it has going way over here takes forever, whereas the output it has going here is again fed back into itself. I guess I did do some weird interleaving here, didn't I? I forgot about that. When I was designing this, I ended up saying, well, these lanes are, like, fungible. So the second lane from the left actually feeds the third factory from the left. It seems like it turned out fine, and perhaps even well. Like, maybe that's why lanes 2 and 3 don't have any problems? Any buffering issues that I can see? Or maybe they're just more centrally located, and so they don't have such long... Like, imagine, maybe, that instead of just this, there was like a 1,000-mile detour. What would happen to this machine? Nothing. It would be fine. Because along the detour, its outputs are being consumed until they get to the next stage. Yeah. So it would only be an issue if, like... this, imagine this line went straight to the factory, but the upper level output, this one, instead of going straight in here, if this went on a 1,000-mile loop and then came back, but only this one belt, then there'd be an issue where it would take forever for the machine to start consuming input. And so this would block, and the 1,000-mile loop would only have a little bit of stuff on it. And then when it finally finished its detour, it could produce stuff, but then it would run out of input, and it would block again, and that would, like, that would be horrible. So there is this kind of delicate thing that I'm not really doing quite right. But the scales are small enough in terms of distance that it's not costing me enough that I'm going to try to figure it out, I think. I'm just going to accept slightly less. I mean, it's kind of a lot less than 8 full belts. And it's just this one lane. I don't know. It seems hard to fix. What would I do? Well, like I said, any fix I could make... Well, no, because I was going to say any fix I could make might be wrong in... What you want to do is make sure that the two outputs from a single factory take about the same length of time to exit. And as long as anything further down the line also makes all inputs take about the same amount of time before they get to a factory, it would all come out right, I think. This is only a problem because one of the lanes is much, much longer than the other. And so I wonder if I took this and did a silly little detour, would things be better? Like, right? What if I did this? This is kind of like creating buffer space so that these can still run at full speed. And buffer is not really what I want, but it's making sure that the accidental buffer that I made here going to this side is about the same size as this intentional buffer. And I mean, I don't know if it's exactly the same size, but I think like you can see now that it's making full belts while this buffer is filling up. And if the buffers were exactly the same size, it would continue making full belts. I don't know if they're the same size. This looks close-ish to me. So I think I might actually delete this, paste this in, and make this my new... oh boy. My new splitter factory. Swapper factory. So I take this and I say save, which annoyingly there's no for belt. Okay, let's just start deleting. Like, there's no way I need this anymore, right? Quarter array? What is this? Oh, yeah, I don't need that. Haver arrays, yeah, don't need that anymore. Okay, so everything says for belt or platform, which means these are real things I actually want. So I think this is my new 2x 4 belt swapper. I wish I could just like copy this. Okay, delete. Save. Hello? I copied, apparently it copied the name of, it copied the actual blueprint, whereas what I wanted to do was copy the name. 2x 4 belt swapper. And this is not the swap diagram. Oh, I was doing numbers first. I know this isn't the swap diagram, but whatever. Save. Well, now we're almost at the point where we unlock trains. So if I want to make sure we don't accidentally do that this episode, I better find... Oh, the vortex. It's way... Oh, this is just a portal to the vortex, which is actually down there. And you can see the vertical line above our home actually goes all the way through it. Through all this supporting machinery, I guess, into the actual vortex. Fascinating. Okay, well, some more problems detected and fixed. Hello? I don't remember deleting those. I guess I must have. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.